Chers spectateurs, voici la conférence de presse qui s'est tenue le jour de la fête nationale d'Israël, mardi 6 juin 2023 à Rabat. Son Excellence l'ambassadeur d'Israël au Maroc a partagé sa vision pour l'avenir des relations entre les deux pays en matière de recherche et a célébré les accomplissements de son pays avec le Maroc, ainsi que l'excellente qualité des relations entre les deux peuples. Quel est l'avenir des relations entre les deux pays en termes de recherche?
Yes, it's very important because today without scientific knowledge, research, without putting money, big money, in research and development, you cannot reach really a true development, economical and social development of a nation. So one of the main points that we are, underlying in every relationship that we have, not only here in Morocco, everywhere, is the research and development. Israel is investing approximately 5% of the GDP in R&D. It's a very big number, one of the biggest numbers in the world. I can tell you that the OECD countries, where Israel is part of the OECD organization, the average there is less than 3%. Look at the gap, the average of the OECD. 5% is a very high number. We are more than willing to share this experience that we have in R&D. One of our experiences is, for instance, the combination between academic research, which is academic, industry, which is the practical version of the research when you translate the research to industrial practices, and governmental investments. When you have these three, this triangular, governmental, academic research and industrial together, you can actually find solutions for how to expand R&D, how to bring international actors, big international companies, like for example Google and Apple, the big ones, to invest in your endeavors, in startups. And the big idea is how to make the startups, the ecosystem of startups in all fields of development, all fields of technological development, how to make sure that they survive, because you know that most of the startups don't survive. So this triangular relationship, government, industry and academic research, is the key, in our experience, is the key solution for such success. I can tell you that we have in the city of Beersheba, which is very similar to in the desert conditions around Beersheba. It's in the middle of the desert in Israel. We call it the capital of the Negev. The Negev is something like what you have here, if you take Marrakesh, for instance. It's the same idea. It's a city in the middle of the desert, surrounded by desert. In Israel, it's much smaller than here, but nevertheless, the decision of the Israeli governments in the last 15 years to develop the Negev, to develop the desert, not only in agriculture and water management and these things, but also taking Beersheba, this city, in the middle of the desert, constructing there the University of Beersheba. Inside the university there is a technological park. This technological park consists of startups, research by the university, this is the combination that I talked about, and also big international companies that come and invest, and from the outside the government that lays money, that invests money in order to enhance all that. And it's a very big success. We didn't believe it 10 years ago, only 10 years ago. Today we look and we see the success of such a solution for how to develop and make the research more important.
Quel est votre projet pour les juifs marocains qui souhaitent revenir ici chez eux?
As I mentioned before, we have now in Israel hundreds of thousands of Israelis from Jewish origin. Most of them, many of them, even if they were not born here in Morocco, they were born in Israel, their ancestors were born here in Morocco. They were the ones that consisted the Jewish community of Morocco 50, 60, 70 and more years ago. So this is, as I said in my introduction, this is one of the main pillars for the importance and the warmth that we have between our two nations, because you know, if Israel is a small country, we are only 10 million people. If you take 10% or 8% that are from Moroccan origin, you can imagine that a lot of the Moroccan tradition and culture, food, etc., prevail also in Israel, and they brought it from Morocco to Israel. This is part of the cultural and social engagement between the both countries. Shai Cohen. I'm a 31-year diplomat, professional diplomat in the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I served in several countries in my career. Now I'm here in Morocco as ambassador for this period of time. And I'm very proud to be here enhancing the relations between our countries. Tomorrow we are going to have the Speaker of the Parliament, Amir Ohana, here. It's going to be a historic visit of the Speaker of the Knesset in any Arab capital in the history of our nation, Israel. In the week afterwards, we're going to have the Minister of Interior and Health, Moshe Arbel, coming over to conduct meetings with his counterparts and hopefully also to establish a relationship in the health field. And further are expected to come here also other ministers in the fields of science, technology, environment, and hopefully also the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Thank you very much.